Hi everyone, John Formica here, the ex-Disney guy and America's Customer Experience Coach and founder of www.johnformica.com, bringing you another video in our series of If Disney Ran Your Business, What Would It Look Like? Secrets to build your own Disney-like culture and empire in your business today. And so our next video is going to talk a little bit about understanding the mindset of your customers. Wouldn't that be awesome if you knew exactly what your customers were thinking and their clients were thinking all the time? Well, in reality, there's enough research out there, but I've spent many years in my business and in my career understanding the mindset of our customers, and just basically through focus groups, through research, really understanding what your customers are looking for. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that any business will have is that they believe that if I can provide a product or service that a customer needs in my area, in my community, or online, that I will be successful. Well, we all know that that's not necessarily true. Many businesses have gone bankrupt, or many businesses have closed down just thinking of that same philosophy. See, it's not necessarily what your customers need. It's understanding the mindset of your customers and understanding what is it that they really want. Walt Disney said that you need to know what your customers want. You need to find out what your customers want, not what you think they need. In other words, many times we think that just because a customer needs something, that they're automatically going to buy it, but that's not necessarily the truth. So we have to kind of find out what is it that they need. First, probably is a good idea, figure out what they need, maybe match your product or service. So if you think of any business out there, businesses need some sort of commodity, some sort of product, some sort of service out there. So let's go through some of the needs that you think our customers might want. Well, of course, they need a product or service, whatever it is that you offer. If you are a florist, we need flowers. A florist would be the great place to get those. If I need to have my dry cleaning or my shirts or suits cleaned, then I will go to a dry cleaning valet service. If I'm looking to get my car fixed or serviced or under warranty, I will go to an auto service repair shop to have that done. So everybody has some sort of product or service that is important, and we need to fulfill that, and that's great, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful. And one of the things you understand at Disney is, when the first video we talked a little bit about Disney selling fantasy, selling the imagination of putting yourself in your shoes and actually utilizing those products and services. So our customers might need advice from us. Okay, got that. They might need information. Absolutely might need information from us. They might need a problem solved, and we're willing to help them with that. That's awesome. They might need to be within budget. We certainly have, everyone has a budget to be within. So I might think, well, I really like a car, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to buy a Mercedes or a BMW or a Lexus. I might just say I just need a secondhand car for my son going off to college, so I'm limited within my budget. We also have a time frame. People need things fixed at a certain period of time, or problem solved, or picking up an item in a certain period of time. Today's society, of course, we all want things really quick, but for the most part, we're just looking at it as if I have a water leak, obviously I need a plumber to fix it right away. If I have a car and I can't get to work every day, obviously I need that car service. So whatever it is, there's some sort of time issue related to what customers really need. Well, let's look at it. Customers want some sort of, they want quality, or they need quality. They don't want an item, they don't need to have an item break down and have to go back over and over again. So all those sort of things might play a role in what your customers need. And all those things are important in any business. But what you really have to understand in the mindset of your customers is figure out what is it that they want. What is it that they really want from your business? Well, let's look at some of the things that we as customers, what is it that we really want? Well, we want convenience, right? We don't want to have to make it a big deal to buy your product or service. So we want easy access, the ability to get that. So we want convenience. We certainly want value. I want my money's worth, whatever I pay. Now, I may not need my money's worth, but I certainly want my money's worth in that matter. We all want you to listen to me, listen to the challenges and the frustrations that I'm having from that standpoint. Listen to what I'm looking for. If I go to an auto service repair shop, listen to what I'm saying that's going wrong with my car or making this noise, and I want you to sort of fix it. Or maybe I need it fixed right away. I want you to listen to sort of things. It's interesting when you think about listening. Sometimes we don't listen very well in our businesses. A good example, in the hotel industry, if you're staying in a hotel, one of the biggest concerns you have is what time checkout is. So we walk over to the clerk and we ask the front desk clerk what time checkout is. Typically the response is 11 o'clock. Well, we already knew it was 11 o'clock, but the clerk never really was listening to us to find out what is it that we really want. And by far what we want probably is a later checkout, or want to know what to do with our luggage. If we have a later flight, we have to check out of the room. Maybe I have a business call. I'd like to stay in my room just a little bit longer just to finish my business call. Or we want to know, can we still go to the restaurants and charge to our room, or can the kids still use the pool? So those are questions to ask. So the clerk should have asked, if they were really listening, was, what are your plans today? What is it that you're trying to do today? Maybe I can help you. That's true listening. And of course, with listening comes empathy. We want you to empathize, that understand the frustrations that I'm having as a customer, understanding the challenges I'm having, that I need this problem solved, or whatever the item you have. So there's lots of things that we might want from our customers, as a customer's perspective, that we want. We cannot just satisfy our needs. And what's interesting is when a business just satisfies needs, you're really just focusing on the service end of a business. And you know me, I am all not about customer service, I'm all about making the customer service magical. In other words, make it a great customer experience, not just provide service. And when you think of the needs, some companies can succeed under that model. I'll give you an example. Walmart, for instance. Walmart's a great organization that can focus on the needs of our customers. We need things, so we go to Walmart. We need to be within our price. We go to Walmart. And they have a volume of items there. Well, most of us are not like Walmart. We don't have these huge warehouse stores. We don't can't buy the volume of items, so we can't reduce the prices. So we're just maybe a small business owner, or maybe a small business in general. So if you want to learn to compete with the Walmarts, or in other words, the big box stores, if you want to learn to not have to deal with coupons and discounting all the time to compete with the Walmarts and everyone else in your competition, in your industry, focus on what your customers want, because that's emotional. That ties into the fantasy aspect of what it is that you're offering. But that's how you can come through and give me what I want. And when you give me what I want and you tie it in emotionally, you got me. You got me. And that's called customer loyalty. And every business should focus on wanting to get loyal customers so that they keep coming back over and over, and tell others about their experiences. Because when someone else, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, or a relative, and we can hear what they want, the first response is your business, because you already are providing what people want. So those are interesting concepts of understanding what wants, and wants are the most emotional. Now I'm going to give you 5 things of what your customers really want. So if you have a piece of paper, pencil, write this down, because these are absolutely valuable. These are gold nuggets of what customers really, really want. And the first thing they want is reliability. In other words, they want you need to do what you say you're going to do. We all have marketing campaigns, we all have brochures, we all have TV ads, whatever it might be, and the consumer is very skeptical. We don't really think, is that really true? So we want you to be reliable. Do what you say you're going to do. That's number 1. Number 2 is we want you to be responsive to our needs, responsive in handling the situation, responsive in dealing with empathy and making sure that you understand exactly what I'm looking for, and how quick you respond to me, and how quickly you respond to me, but more importantly, how accurately. All those things matter in that responsiveness to my needs and wants. The third thing we want is assurance. Customers want assurance that we made the right choice when we chose to do business with you. So are we assured the right thing? So you have to convince us that you are the best business to provide that product or service or solve that problem, whatever it might be. So we want assurance that those things are going to happen. We want assurance that all those sort of things are going to take place. And that's number 3. Number 4 is tangibles. There's certain tangibles in any business. If you're a storefront, the tangibles could be the cleanliness. It could be the appearance of the employees, the atmosphere. There's certain tangibles that we expect. Obviously, if I am dealing with an auto service repair shop, the tangibles are I expect to have a nice clean waiting room, or obviously I'm not going to have to sit on greasy chairs in that waiting room, because that's tangible. Although you might be an auto service repair shop, you certainly don't want your customers that are waiting to be reflected with that. So there's certain tangibles we have. And the 5th thing is we all want personal attention. We all want personal attention. We want you to just think of me. Just deal with, put all of your efforts in dealing with me and solving my problem or giving what I want. And when you get that all together, when you take those 5 things, you are going to create a memorable customer experience that people will talk about you and refer others. Okay? So those are the 5 things that what your customers really, really want. So again, focus on understanding what your customers want. If you do that, I promise you, you're going to get more and more engaged in that customer experience so that you can fulfill that fantasy that customer is looking for. But now when they do business with you, you'll actually give your customers what they really want. I'm sure this has been helpful. Go out there and give your customers, find out what is it that they want. And if you do that, I promise you, you'll begin to create that Disney-like empire and culture and beat out your competition today. So signing off on video number 2, and stay tuned for the next video. This is John Formica, the ex-Disney guy, thanking you for taking part in this video, and always remember to make it magical.